What is it that troubles you about the way the BBC and the ABC have behaved when it comes to Trump's speech and the way it was edited?
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you. And we fight like hell. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
I think the problem that the BBC as well as our ABC have is putting narrative before facts. And we published this really great article in Quillette over the weekend by a BBC journalist. He identifies it as it really occurring in the 1990s, where boomer journalists sort of took the helm and had an approach to journalism that put the narrative first. And so stories were written in the news, like in the offices, and then journalists and reporters would go out and read the scripts that they were given from the office. And that's an inversion of the old model of journalism, which was much more scientific in nature, where you didn't have an answer to the question. You went out and discovered the facts. You had an open mind and you reported on what you discovered. And so I think it's when the narrative is put before facts, that's when these institutions break down. I was shocked when I saw that speech. And our ABC does this on some other issues. In my column today, I talked about gender medicine as one area where there are verifiable facts. They're easily found by anyone with access to Google. You can look up the Cass review in the UK, a review by an eminent paediatrician which led to puberty blockers being banned for children outside of clinical trials. It hasn't been reported on at the ABC. Now, this is an important development in that whole issue. You can't find any news about it on the ABC, and so they selectively ignore and omit facts. On topics where there isn't, much polarization and there's not a partisan disagreement, they're quite fair and impartial, I find. But when it comes to gender medicine, biological males in women's sport, climate, the bias only ever goes one way.
How do we fix it?
Invite me.
The next chairman of the ABC, chair of the ABC, that would be wonderful.
I think having more dissenting voices and more critics brought into the fold would be a good start.
Yeah, it's a great start. Diversity in those opinion programs. Thanks for joining us, Claire. I appreciate it. Claire Lehmann, the founding editor of Quillette.